All
All
right,
right.
guys, we are live in action. I want to welcome special guest Josh Gilliam onto the show
Yo.
today. He is a fitness expert. He actually reached out to me on Facebook. He's writing books. He's doing all kinds of cool stuff. So, Josh, welcome to the show, man. I'm glad to have you on.
I'm glad to be on here, man. I appreciate you for featuring me.
All right, not a problem, brother. So we had a little audio difficulties, man. We got all that worked
Yeah.
out, man. But we're here grinding on a Sunday, man. So
Yeah.
let's talk about a little bit of your story, man. How did you get started in fitness and all that stuff, health and fitness?
So I've been working out I'm 23 years old. I've been working out for 11 years. Got into it when I was 12 and just had a nag for working out, man. I just decided that I wanted to, get big, and I pretty much had started. I wrestled and played football throughout high school and was building my body. I used to skip lunch and go down to the gym and work out and stuff. And then after a little while, I had a little small crowd that used to follow me down to the gym and work out with me. And that's when I discovered that I could be a fitness trainer, because I had like people that would like leave like lunch and actually start to come down to the gym with me and work out with me.
Wow.
And then coming out of high school, I wasn't really the most focused in high school. So, coming out of high school, I attended a small community college, and kind of had there was a turning point for me and a wake up call that I needed to take life a little bit more serious than just working out. So I was working at 2 Men in a Truck and Taco Bell, and these were two jobs that I really like just despise. I didn't like them at all. And at this point, I realized that, I had to mentally educate myself on the science behind working out. I was just kind of like, I know about working out. I need to build a business out of this. So I started bodybuilding August of 2013, did my first show, took second in men's open. I was 19 at that time. And then I had took the teen state title 2014, the following year. And then I was just kind of like, yo, if I can turn it into a pro, I can start a business out of this. And that's when I did that and started my own business more year at college. And by this time I had transferred to a university, and I was one of the top trainers on the campus. And by that time, man, I was just ready to graduate and go ahead and get into, building a business. And that's here I am now. So I haven't looked back since.
That's really cool. So you had people actually going down. Were they watching you work out, or were they working out with you?
They were like working out with me, asking me all kind of questions and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And
What's
that's
what's
when I
some
was just like, yo,
You're like, yo, I can connect with people, and people are kind of feeling, so
yeah,
maybe that's a way to branch into,
yeah,
running your own business. That's cool, man.
yeah,
What's the most common question you get when it comes to like your physique? Because for those that can't, I mean, you're sitting down, but like I was like, you have
yeah.
your Facebook thing. You just did a bodybuilding show, correct?
Yeah, I just did my first pro show. I took fourth. Yeah, I
Oh,
took
so
fourth.
you're a professional bodybuilder?
Yeah, yeah. I turned
Wow,
pro 2 years. I was 21. I turned pro in college.
that's
So yeah,
crazy.
that's why I was just like, yo, I got to start a business out of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's not easy for those of I don't really know a ton about pro bodybuilding or bodybuilding in general, but like it's
Mhm.
pretty difficult to get your pro card, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm a natural pro. It's a little bit different than probably what you might know about, but yeah, it is pretty difficult. It's a
Okay.
pretty competitive. Fitness in general is getting very with social media and stuff, man. It's really just equalizing the playing field for everybody.
A
So
lot of
it's
more information is being disseminated and
mhm.
people are able
Yeah,
to use it. Because I know you're big. We'll get into it, but I was going through some background. I mean, you're big on the macros and kind of scientifically like
yeah,
positioning yourself for success rather than just like shooting for I'm gonna eat chicken breasts. It's like so we'll talk
yeah.
about that.
That's not me. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
like the you like to plan your days out and what's your macros right now? For those actually,
So
let's back up. For those that
all
don't
right.
know, can you explain a little bit about macros and then kind of talk about what you eat on a daily basis?
Okay, so macros, for those of you that do not know, is pretty much tracking your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. And this is the same exact thing as like tracking calories, but it's just looked at from a different angle that allows you to be able to, I guess you could say, be a lot more flexible. Because pretty much getting into my approach, how I got into macros was this, that, I've experienced and watched a lot of people. We all know people that work super, super, super hard, but they don't really get anywhere. And the thing is, you have to level yourself to where you're actually working hard, but smart. And that's what macros are, because it's just like, if you were invited, I was just at a wedding yesterday. If you were invited out to a wedding, you're sitting there like what do I do? What can I eat? What can I drink? Because you're like, you might have a trainer. I don't know if whoever's watching this might have a trainer, and they gave you a, 8, 12, or 16-week meal plan. And they say, stick to it. That's all they say. Stick to it. And then you're like, you're out and about. You might be at a basketball game with your friends. You're like, what do I eat? So that's why I believe in macros over meal plans, because it's just like, number one, it's very hard to stick to a strict meal plan for a very long time. You can't even do that for life. And number two, looking at macros, which I shared you the course, it just allows you to be able to track what you're eating and just live your life. And that's what people need to be able to do. And it's not taking anything away from getting your results. You can still get results doing these things. But I'm just not really a big fan of the whole eating the same thing every day. And then also, I don't know how much you want me to keep going, but it's just it's just that another thing. Some of my views are a little bit, I guess you could say, some people might be like, Josh, you're a fitness trainer. Why do you view this way? But McDonald's, Subway, some of these places, they're not making millions, if not billions, annually for no reason, and that's because people love their food, like they really love it. So the thing is just that, you have all these people that are trying to convert people that like the approach or other things. But you have these people that try to tell people, they try to take them out of their element and put them on these strict diets. And, even when I was in college, I would notice that a lot of people would, I'd be talking to them about, yeah, but I can't stick to the diet and stuff. And I'm like, man, you don't have to do that. You can still get in shape doing different things. And I'm a believer in not taking people out of their element, but showing them the way to a better lifestyle while still allowing them to continue to do what they do.
Yeah, my big thing is like, if you can't stick to a diet your whole life, then why are you doing it? Because immediately after you quit that diet, a lot of people, their results go back to where they were. So I know that I've got the best results, especially for weight loss, when I've followed, when I've counted my macros. It's just, you can't F it up if you do it right and you're actually honest with yourself and you're programming into, I'm assuming you use like MyFitnessPal to track yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
MyFitnessPal.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, that's a free application you can download on your phone, track everything that you do. And again, like we're all about on this channel about getting you the results, about this is the type of stuff that they don't really teach you in school, that, that's why I put on the title, like how to get in the best shape of your life. I think, you can.
Yeah, that's the dope title. I ain't gonna lie, man. I appreciate it.
You like that? Yeah. You got a lot of pressure on you, man. But what is it? 90% diet, maybe 80% diet is your results, right?
Yeah. And I think that the approach, that book that I had wrote, The Secret to Staying in Shape, I believe that the approach is everything, because, when I used to work at the vitamin shop, and just when I'm out and about and just say, hey man, what can I do to get in shape? I know you've heard people say stuff like, what can I do to get in shape? We're going on a beach trip this summer.
Yeah.
And that to me has never sounded right. It's just like, your car is in your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get in shape to stay in shape, or you just trying to clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, this is not, when you're talking about your body, I believe that you have to approach it. And a lot of people, that's why they say that. You hear people say, like, how can I get in shape by this time? It's because after that in the lines, they plan on going back to doing what they were doing before. It's very passionate about it. I'm just kind of like, this message out to people that, what the media projects it out to be. You can still eat some of the foods that you would and continue to prolong the process. So that's just one thing. That's the reason why I really want to get that message out, because I know a lot of people that, view this, the approach as something that's like dreadful for life. And people might eat clean during the week and then binge on weekends. And it's just a very vicious cycle. So.
Yeah. What would you say? Okay. So I want to back up. So what is the number one question you get when people see you walking around? Is it like, how do I get in better shape? Or like, what do they say to you usually?
Number one thing is, hey man, how much you bench?
How much you bench?
They say like, or they might say something like, what kind of protein you take or something like that.
Yeah.
But the number one question I get is, besides that, as far as getting in shape, is the question I get is just, how can I get in shape? And a lot of people want the possible. They want me to tell them, like, but yeah, a lot of people just ask, how can I get in shape? And I try not to be that awkward guy that starts talking their head off like, we're talking now. But, I just tell them, like, hand them a business card and tell them to schedule a consultation.
Well, that's all that, and you created your book, man. So it's like all right there in your website and stuff. So that's like the quickest way for people to, be able to get that answer without, you going into an hour conversation. So
true.
I like that. So what's your routine like, man? What would you recommend to people watching this? Not everybody's going to be a pro bodybuilder. I would say probably maybe one person watching this right now is going to probably, I wouldn't say one, I don't know. My audience isn't super huge, but what would you say for your average individual, like a 3-day training split, maybe 4 days to get them going?
I would say for your average person that wants to get in shape, I'd say 4 to 5. 4 to 5. I wouldn't say 6 just because that's just kind of getting like, I know it's going to be a lifestyle change, but that's getting into it more so being more what you do for a living. So I'd say 4 to 5. And I would say just making sure you're doing something at least every single one of those days, whether it be cardio. For ladies, you ladies out there watching this, I highly recommend you get it into your mind that you need to be hitting the weights about 70% and cardio about 30%, because I can't tell you how many ladies I see at the gym. I just actually left a while back. That are on the treadmill when I go in, and then I work out an extensive amount of time because I'm a pro bodybuilder. I'm in there. I'm working out right now since I'm getting ready for my show 4 hours a day.
Wow.
And I see girls that are in there for like 2 hours. So I might go in there for 2 hours, and I see girls that are in there for 2 hours too. But the thing with me is I'm hitting the weights and I'm coming back out there and I'm getting on the treadmill. I go in and I see them on the treadmill, and then I still see them on the treadmill when I leave. And they do this same thing every single day. But the thing is just that your body burns a lot more when you're actually combining both.
Agree with that. And it's like, you got to wonder, is like, are you, for those females or for anybody that's doing that extensive amount of cardio, it's like, if you're not training for a marathon, you probably don't need to be doing, 2 hours of cardio or hour, however long. So yeah, I agree with that. And I don't know if you ever saw that picture of like, the people that do like long intensive cardio, they got the marathon runner and then you got the sprinter. The people who do the fast intensive.
It's like, who do you want to look like? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah. So no, that's a good. Let me ask you a question, man. This is kind of random. This is a kind of a selfish question. I actually I watched a video the other day, and these people were doing 100 push-ups a day for 30 days straight. So what do you think about that? I'm actually doing that. I'm on day 6 right now, and I mixed in 25 pull-ups a day.
I think that I think stuff like that, I think they're really good because, one, it keeps the person engaged and it's a challenge. You're challenging yourself. And then the thing is just that once you've done something, you know you can always do it again. So you said it's 100 push-ups a day for 30 days straight?
Yeah, so just 100 a day, knock them out however, like if I want to do 20 in a row or 10 in a row, just, however many I can do. That's what I do. And then mentally, okay, I got 50 more to do. And so, yeah.
Total right there. Okay, yeah. I think that those things are really good because it's like you're pushing yourself because it's a challenge. But the thing that I would tell people that do these challenges is to still make sure you're implementing some part of that process after.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that on top of my normal, like I drop my son off at preschool and I'm not doing the 4-hour gym workouts, man, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Yeah.
But it's fun though. You feel great after. I mean, I don't think I've ever done a 4-hour session, but you do an hour, 2-hour session, gym, you feel great afterwards, So.
I break it up though. Yeah, most definitely. I break it up. So yeah. But
you're not one of those guys that walks around talking to everybody, are you? Like, hey man, you ever see those guys in the gym, man? They talk more. It's like, you working out your mouth or you working out your muscles, man?
See, that's the thing with me. I'm a really friendly guy, so I try to be the opposite. But if someone talk, man, I can talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I go down to this gym and there's some older dudes. I'm working out in the morning now, and you get these dudes that are senior citizens, man, and they're retired, dude. They're just walking around having conversations the entire time. I'm like, man, I'm trying to avoid them. I'm like,
when I was in high school, the YMCA that I went to, it would be a whole lot of older men that just sitting there naked.
Yeah, in the locker room.
In the locker room. Just like, yo, like.
Yeah, I'm in and out of there. I don't even. Yeah, the saunas and all that.
What you gotta do and leave, right?
Yeah.
So, but
so yeah, man. So but you're kicking ass in the gym. You're in there. You're training. When's your next show?
next show is going to be in 5 weeks. It's the Worlds. I qualified for Worlds. Got 4. That's not what I was aiming for at my pro. Still qualified for Worlds, so we're in there.
Okay,
World
cool.
level.
So we talked a little bit.
Excited about that, yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you have a we'll link everything. So I'm sure you'll be posting on your social media all your results and stuff, because I'm sure people are going to want to keep up with you and monitor your progress and everything. So we talked a little bit about diet. We talked about a little bit about a fitness routine. So you're saying, hey, 4 to 5 days a week in the gym consistently. What else, man? What are maybe the top 3 tips you could give, other than what we've already talked about?
The top three tips that I could give somebody that's wanting to get in shape, and just like stay in shape, not like do anything more. I would make sure that top 3 tips. Top 3 tips that I would say, just to make sure that you can do it for life, because you don't want to go down that path of, like I said, switching back and forth, only trying to stay clean during the week and then you do whatever you want on weekends. That's a vicious cycle. The second thing I'm going to say is going to be that your approach to it is make sure you're always surrounding yourself with things that you can do that you enjoy, because doing things that you enjoy and doing things that you have to do but you dread them. You can stay in shape and dread it, but for that 1 to 2 hour time that you're actually working out, how long do you think you'll really be able to continue to do that? So make sure you're enjoying your actual workout sessions. And that's what I was talking about in my book as well, switching up the environment. If I don't like being on the time, I might go walk around the neighborhood, I might go hiking. For girls or for ladies or guys that don't like going to the gym, weights, you can go do pull-ups at a park, you can do, and it's like the social media world has like really shared with you everything that you can do, and there's a lot of information out there. So I would say make up with things that you enjoy to do, and not just like doing it because you dread doing it. I would want to say is resourceful. If you're trying to be a person, if you're a person that's trying to compete, or if you're a person that's just trying to have a better lifestyle, if you're resourceful, you're very unique. And the thing is, it's just that if you're trying to start a business, you can trying to, get tutoring at school, you can ask people for help. But the thing is, with you're yourself. So what works for me might not work for you. So you have to be very resourceful and understand that, be a student of yourself. That's what's going to allow you to be able to go the furthest in your fit way.
Cool, man. That's some really good information, man. That definitely, the theme is obviously, enjoy what you do, because if you don't enjoy it, eventually, I think, as you probably have seen a lot of people, they fall off the wagon, and I've done it myself. Yeah. If I know I'm trying to embark on a fitness journey, like this pull-up thing, it's not really a journey, it's just a challenge, but it's more like you were saying, it's more about that discipline every day. I know that if I don't get to the gym, at least I did my 100 push-ups and my pull-ups,
Yep.
So, yeah. Cool, man. Well, let's talk a little bit about the book. You've got a course going on right now, and then you've got your Ascension Athletics, right? That's your apparel line. Can you talk a little bit about that stuff for me?
So Ascension Athletics, not really apparel line. I'll tell you guys what it really is. So the thing with that is, since I am a personal trainer, a little story behind this. When I was first out of high school, I worked at a gym called the Craze Fitness, and I used to sneak into gyms and train my clients out of them. And the thing is, you're not supposed to do that. This is going to want their cut, but the gym, they actually had a guy there that runs his business, and he put his back. And he caught me training my clients and stuff, and he was just like, you could have kept. So he pretty much employed me, and then I kind of like learned a little bit of stuff from him and kind of built up a little bit of clientele there. From there, that's when I went on to college to train people there, and a lot of personal trainers in the fitness industry where they weren't getting paid enough. And not only that, but they didn't have the freedom to actually train their clients where they wanted to be trained at. Because now I might have people that are 30 minutes away hit me up. I And I think at like LA Fitness, you get paid $6 per half session, and it comes out to like $12 if you have enough clients. Gold's is somewhat the same, and then Planet Fitness, they just have their, but that's not really. He's on a salary. So with Ascension Athletics, I formed that because, and I want to be a chain of gyms actually throughout the U.S. that allow freelance personal trainers to grow their business within the gym. And this is being done already. It's just pretty much like gyms that allow back. Those to be.
Okay.
So it'll pretty much change up the whole scene. And it will not only like make life better for personal trainers, but it will also help people to be able to be more accessible to personal trainers, because I personal trainers that enter into the industry.
Cool, man. So yeah, I was just,
and then
okay. Oh, go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of people think it's just the. Oh no, you're fine. No, it's just I have the clothing and stuff for it. That's for brand awareness. Man, it's just like I have so much that I want to do with this brand, do in general. That it's just like I'm still young, so I got time to, bring it into fruition. So,
yeah, most definitely. And then now you've got the book. What is the title of the book?
Secret to Staying in Shape. And in the book, I just talk about like your approach to actually get is the most important. Actually, being able to switch up different environments, as I talked about a little bit earlier. Like if you go elsewhere, go to the park. If you live by the beach, change up the scenery, do something. But I think that it's susceptible to not. It's not people's problem. It's not their fault that they don't know about these things, because I feel like that you have to eat this, stay in shape, and you have to do these different things. And from an entrepreneur standpoint, I kind of outside the box, and I want to push that on other people. Like, don't listen to that. If you're out and about with your spouse walking downtown, that can be considered a workout, and you guys can make that very fun. So, I mean, that's the book, man, because it's just too many people that they just shut that whole side of life down. It's just like, because I not live my life, and that's not the truth.
Yeah, I like that approach, man. I think that, like the common theme I'm getting from you, man, is just really enjoy your fitness journey, not stress out. Like, hey, like not everybody's going to be able to do what you do, but you can't really compare yourself to other people as well. That's kind of how I used to be like that. I'm like, man, I don't, look at the magazine and be like, I'm not, Ronnie Coleman or whoever, I'm like, so, but you just got to, I think, be happy with who you are and the journey you're on.
For sure, man. That's what I'm all about, because it's a lot of, when it comes to your body, I mean, something that a lot of people are insecure about. But the thing is just that I think that everybody have a lot more than what they think. People. So
cool, man. Well, I really appreciate you jumping on here with me on a Sunday, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about, man, before we jump off?
Just tell people, just to inspire others, man, and just to, be a student. Always think outside the box. Find what unique you. Did you see What the Health that just came out?
What?
Documentary.
I have not watched it. I heard a lot of people have been telling me to watch it, man. So I need to probably get on that, especially since you're saying it.
Well, there's a lot of good. The thing is just that with that documentary, for those of you that view that, I just think it's very important that you still build your own thoughts and opinions. Like What the Health and Supersize Me, these things are perfect examples of the media manipulating the masses and getting people to do what they want. And be a student of yourself and make your own decisions, but make sure you're very resourceful and give yourself the best tools to get the body that you want.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
If you need. So
I like that. Well, I will definitely put all of Josh's links down there in the description. Make sure you guys check him out, support his his movement, what he's doing in the fitness industry. It's always good to see people come in and really change the game up, man. That's what I think you're doing right now, and I applaud you for that. And I know my audience is going to love it. So thank you so much for coming on here, Josh. Hope to have you back some other time, man, and we'll keep going and going, man, because I think we're just scratching the surface on this. So thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it.
And I appreciate you for having me, man.
Hey, no problem, man.